last 2 years. One of the things that happened to me, of course, I was looking at things going the way they were going and having 4 children and 4 grandchildren and watching this unravel. I thought, my gosh, I don't know how my kids are going to have the same opportunity that I had, and my grandchildren certainly are going to take on a lot of debt that they didn't ask for it. They co-signed, or somebody co-signed for them. And the other thing is, Barry, I'm sitting in my office one day and I get a call from the new General Motors, and they say, you know what, you're no longer going to be a Cadillac dealer. I said, well, that's interesting to me. I've got a franchise that says I am. He said, well, you can throw the franchise out the window. It's now being run by the government, and the government has made a determination that you can still be a Chevy guy, but you'll never be a Cadillac guy again. And I said, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Wait, that can't really happen. So I had gone to arbitration on it, and the comment made to me over the phone was, good luck with that. You go get your one little lawyer with your limited amount of resources, and we have a whole battery of lawyers and unlimited resources, and you won't win that. So, you know...
Now, who said that to you?
A guy from, was my former regional manager at General Motors, but he called me from Detroit and said, hey, Mike, I'm sitting here with a lawyer and recording this, and we need to know if you want to be part of the new GM. And I said, well, you know what? We've been part of GM since 1953, so I don't know what you're talking about. But you know what, Barry? When you get that call, and if that can happen to Mike Kelly sitting in his office in Butler, Pennsylvania, with a business that was intact for 56 years, that can happen to anybody with anything, anytime. So that was a wake-up call for me, and I certainly think that the country right now is awake, and people are looking, and they're wondering what happened to the country they grew up in, and where's it going?
Let me ask you about something that was in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. This is the first time I'd seen anything like this, and to get your comment on it, it was in the September 6th Post-Gazette, and they were basically talking about the different congressional races in western Pennsylvania. And they mentioned that Congresswoman Dahlkemper has $1 million in her campaign account compared to Kelly's $104,000. Yet Kelly is independently wealthy, and Dahlkemper could be hurt by her votes for the stimulus and health care bills. Are you independently wealthy?
I guess that looks, you got to define independently wealthy.
Was that before the Cadillac franchise went south?
Yeah, you know what? I've been blessed in my life. My father started our business in '53. Independently wealthy is a term that the Post-Gazette chose to use, not myself. I knew going in, the incumbent always has an advantage on you. That's fine. That's the way the game's played. So I wasn't overwhelmed by that. Most of my support comes from family, friends, and people that I've met along the way. Most of the Congresswoman's support comes from PAC groups and party members. So I get it. I understand that part.
How much of your own money, the implication is, how much of your own money would you be willing to spend on this campaign?
You know what? That's a decision that I guess I would make depending on as time goes forward, because I'm always willing to make an investment in something I think is going to be a winner for me. And I really feel that this is a seat that is very vulnerable and that I can win, and I'll make the investment based on that. So
would you spend $900,000?
I wouldn't say yes and I wouldn't say no.
Okay. All right. Very good. We got a lot of people that want to get in on this conversation. 451-1400 is the number. Verizon Wireless customers pound 1400. To the phones we go. Thanks for waiting. You're on Jet Radio 1400 with Republican congressional candidate Mike Kelly.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Mr. Kelly, I'm sorry to hear about your dilemma with the dealership. I wish you the best on that, and I hope the outcome is favorable.
Oh, thank you. You know, I did get it. I got the franchise back, so we're safe right now until the next decision's made at a higher level that I'm involved at.
Oh, good. The Democrats have attempted to enhance the quality of life for the public by successfully passing legislation that has proven to be beneficial for almost every individual. Voter rights, civil rights, family leave, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and I know most recently health care insurance. Are you able to cite any Republican programs that may parallel the aforementioned?
All right. Thank you.
Or does your party what does your party intend to do for the public? And I don't mean tax credits, because they're ever-changing but not everlasting. Thanks. I'll hang up and let you answer the question.
All right. We thank you.
Okay, well, that was kind of a buffet there question. I don't have that much conversation with the party and the inside party group. As a candidate, I'm running, so my conversation with them is very limited. I don't know that we want to paint this as a Republican or a Democratic issue. I think what we're looking at is what's best for the country and how we're going to heal the country and how we're going to fix the country. So certainly my feelings on a lot of these things come down to, and I feel the 800-pound gorilla in the room is spending, because I do know this from running my business, that what it comes down to is you have to live within your means. And I'm really able, as a business person, to do things. I can buy equipment, I can do training, I can hire people when I'm profitable and when I can afford to do it. When I can't do that, I've got to dial it back.
Now, certainly government runs a little different program than I run. I couldn't stay in business running that same type of philosophy. So, taxes, fines, fees, that's where they get their revenue. And then the other part is borrowing. And they're borrowing at rates that none of us can understand. So what would the Republican Party do? I think they need to do several things. I don't think there's a real simple answer to that. I think it's more complicated than just say, hey, just cut spending. Because I think it does come down to, look, you got a problem with spending, you've got a problem with taxes, you've got a problem with the health care package that nobody knows what it's going to cost. I mean, just imagine if I told you I want to sell you a car. I have no idea what your payments are going to be. I have no idea what it's equipped with. All I know is you're going to start making payments. You can't start driving for 3 or 4 years, and at the end of the time period, it's going to be a lot more costly than even I understand. So I think we have to approach this on a common sense basis. What's best for the country? What's best for the people that go out there and actually pay the bills for the country? Because as we know, the government does not generate any revenue on its own. All it does is collect from taxpayers and redistribute it. So I think we need to look at it from a healthy standpoint, and I don't understand how people can look at government and think that it's any different than the way you'd run your home or the way you'd run your business. You got to live within your means. Bottom line, if you can't afford to do it, then don't keep doing it. And you know what? I've made a lot of contributions to charity over my life, but I only do it when I'm profitable. I can't do it when I'm in the red.